Let's fight, guys. Let's fight. And like so many of you who are joining us, we're covering what's happening there in Queens, New York. Welcome in the ring, whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, you are joining us on YouTube. We are covering Guyanese protesting the installed Attorney General Anil Nandlall there in Queens, New York. Anil did extend an invitation saying that he was coming to Queens, and whoever wants to come out and protest him can come out. But I expected a better showing from the installed Attorney General Anil Nandlall. So we are following, like so many of you, we've posted this video on our page, and we're now bringing it as part of our broadcast this Friday evening here in downtown Georgetown in Guyana. And we welcome all of you who are joining us from all over the world. Those of you who are joining us in the Caribbean, those of you who are joining us in Guyana, those of you who are joining us in Region 11, as we call it, the diaspora. We welcome each and every one of you. And guys, as you know, as we come on, we always ask you guys to share the live stream because we think it is so important that as many people understand the message, as many people understand what is happening. And we are very, very happy to see our colleagues, our comrades, our brothers and sisters protesting as it were, the Jagabats and the PPP crosses, down there in Queens, New York. O.C. Rogers and all the other folks, Anil Nandlall, all of the other installed folks, the crosses and the Jagabats, we are very, very heartened. And as soon as we get a chance to talk to Mr. Rickford Burke, who was one of the persons who was behind this protest activity, and another one coming up in August, we want to talk to him. But again, so happy to see so many of you on the live stream. We're going to give you some audio from this protest as it is ongoing as we speak, and we're going to continue to monitor what is happening there in downtown Queens. This is happening now, and if you know sometimes how the system operate, it can be 8 o'clock here and it's brightest day in New York. So don't think it's not happening live. This is live in Queens, New York right now as the action is happening there. Let me give you guys some more of this. And again, we just want to thank those persons who are organizing this protest activity there in Queens, New York, protesting the installed Attorney General Anil Nandlall. He had a lot of mouth, folks. He had a lot of mouth. He's coming to Queens and who want to do what they want to do. But I am so ashamed that he has not showed his face. For all the battering up, the man was battering up. He has not showed his face, folks. All the battering up. So we continue to monitor what's happening here on the ground in Queens, New York, and the protest activity against the presence of Anil Nandlall, the installed Attorney General. And as we know more, we are going to give you guys some more of this. I'm going to get some of the try to get some of the audio for you in just a little bit. We want you to hear what is happening there as well. Quite a few people turned out to this protest activity. And Anil is huddled in this building here. Wouldn't show his face, you see, because it's a different thing in the US of A. They talk a lot here, but now they have gone there, and there is nothing that is being said by the Attorney General. He is housed, he is secluded in a building there, not engaging the members of the media who are out here, not engaging the protesters in any way. All the mouth he has had saying he go in and who want to bad up and who want to show up and he can do what he got to do. We have not seen him, folks. You know our number 627-6963. And I'd love to hear from some of you. 627-6963. We are ready with the hot topics, but we want to take some calls as well. We know last night we didn't take any calls, and we'd want to do some of that this evening. 627-6963. In just a little bit. But let me see if we can pull in some of the audio of this protest activity here. Let me see if we can pull in some of the audio, folks.
No justice! No justice! No justice! No peace! No peace! When do we want justice? No! Shut it down! Shut it down! Shut it down! Start by flooding because the people in Guyana, so the boys got all these businesses and support the racist somebody say it. You Guyanese my home. You Guyanese my home. You Guyanese my home. You have to recognize that it is important that we stay united and stand together. You have to act. You have to stand up. You have to get up. When you have to do that, you have to do it now. Now is the time. Shut the country down. Shut Guyana down. That's it. Shut the country down. We have to unite. Resist racism. Racist. 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 TPP. Racist. 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 After all my ladies, brothers and sisters back home, don't lose hope. Keep up the fight. We are here all the way. Some of the PPP government, their system star government. Stop showing your system. Stop showing your system. We are here for all my needs. Not honoring all. Stop supporting your system. All workers must support the restoration of right to my country. All of them. Not one. The war will see over us. So listen, the people back home, they're running all over the NYPD. They're scared that people come in. We're going for NYPD, black people come in. But we are peaceful people. We don't have for trouble. But if you come to we are backing down. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. And I want to tell them here in Guyana that we will fund a militia to protect the lives of black people in Guyana. Rick Ford Burns, that's up. And Anil Nandlall jump on TV. Anil Nandlall jump on TV. Tell your wife for 7 nights. Anil Nandlall jump on TV. And say pork. And say, oh, he come in to and support every other young person in Guyana, because this nonsense from the PPC must come to an end. And we're asking that the PPP bring this nonsense to an end now, because we're coming and we're coming strong. And in Guyana, I'll be here soon. I want every Guyanese to come out, because I'm coming to every one of your houses, because we want a Guyana for all Guyanese, not Guyana just for the PPC. Guyana for all Guyanese. Once we unite, the international community will be scared of us. Remember that. Unity is important. It is time for us to end racism in Guyana. And Anil Nandlall, the both team, the winners, piece of crappy. Crappy old Joe. Hiding. Where's the hiding? In the restaurant. Which part? In Queens. Yeah. But guess what? I want to remind us again about the words of Albert Einstein. Right? It's like a bicycle. And in order for you to maintain your balance, you gotta keep moving forward. So we as Guyanese, we come out here to represent the masses. We come out here to give the support.
So, folks, we're continuing to monitor this protest of Anil Nandlall, the installed Attorney General in Queens, New York. And we want to bring you a little more of it, and then we're going to come back and bring to you our program. And we're going to continue to keep our eyes on this protest here in Queens, New York. So we're going to give you a little more of it, what's happening there. And then we're going to come back and get through some of the hot topics while we keep an eye on what exactly is happening here in Queens, New York, the protest of against Anil Nandlall, the installed Attorney General.
Black lives matter! 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 Anil must go! Anil must go! Anil the PPS! The PPS! My black brother! My black brother! Hold on. So hold on. So y'all see the gentleman right there? Right there. There we are. No, the one minute, the iPad. Oh, you go. You put on Facebook, that makes for darkness or racist. Come and say something to me. You can't eat it around. Black people are racist. We don't talk about your racism. But this is America. I'm here scared of you. I'm here to stand up. So right now he's showing me live on Facebook. They think this is back in the day. Hold on. They think this is back in the day when they allowed Pakistan to import spaghetti and put people for numbers in it. Strap black people. And then they send in their squad to kill them. And you can't kill me because it's generations and y'all going to disappear. Y'all hear me? This is 2021. This is where we're going to ride. How does it feel? Supporting your government that are marginalizing the black brothers of Guyana. How does it feel to support them on the first government? Just I want people that don't know how to listen. I know you don't want to say it's all about the money, but sometimes we need to let the money go, brother. We need to let the money go to send a statement to these people. Also, just support. Right? They can't break everybody. Do the job. They can't break everybody. Not every black man is going to get you. We're not all like that. We got integrity. Regardless of what we like to do, sir, we won't shut up. We won't shut up here. We won't shut up in Guyana. You got to change the modus operandi. Guyana is for all Chinese. Equal distribution of resources with event and equal opportunity in education for everyone. Change the racist policies. Stop masquerading because the government for people. And behind the scene, when you go to Guyana, you fire all the black ladies. You carry your people out. Supporting the front. And this government refused to help them because they're not political loyalists. That is what is going on in my country. You should be ashamed of yourself. That is shameful. And you call a government work for the people. You want to destroy your people. But one day you're going to be destroying turn. It's a whole slave war. It's a whole slave war. Help workers. Our nurses are now being punished because they stood up for their rights at Linden. Our nurses are now taking home less than $20 at the end of the month because they stood up for their rights, because they stood up against a disrespectful CEO. Okay, he disrespected our female, our nurses stood up against him. Now they're paying the prices. And I'm looking through you are talking to. Okay? The people is silencing the Guyanese people. And you are standing there on their side. I'm not talking about race here. I'm talking about supporting right and justice. You, young man. Where are you going away? Where are you going away? I'm hoping you're going up there and telling me you can't do it anymore.
Welcome back. There you have it, folks. Some of what is happening currently down there in Queens, New York, and we are going to continue to follow this. And you know, guys, we got our role to play. I keep saying that our role is to share the information, share the live stream. Lots too many people are worrying about if Granger still heading the PNCR. People don't like Valdo. People don't like Aubrey. They ain't like Van West Charles. They ain't like Joe Harmon. Don't let's worry with that. No, it's time to stand against the installed PPPC administration, irrespective of who is leading the fight, irrespective of who is out front and leading the fight. It's not a time about who is in charge and who you want to like and all of that, folks. It's about standing against this installed administration. It's about standing against all of their infractions, against all of their excesses. We've been here on the ground and you all are seeing what is happening day in, day out. And folks, we got to stand against them. And that's why we invite you guys to share the live stream. We invite you guys to call. We want to have your comments. We're going to take a break from the protest activity there, get through some of the other issues as they are happening, and then we're going to come back a little later on and share again some of that information with you. Again, we want you to know that it was Anil Nandlall, batting up there, and said that he was going to Queens, New York, and who want to do what they want to do can do what they want to do. Right now, the people have met him on those very terms, and he has gone silent. He is somewhere in that place there, a restaurant of some sorts, hiding, folks, hiding. And so we are going to continue, as we say, to follow that protest activity. And our guys are standing by should anything escalate. We're going to come right back and go right back to that. But we want to get you through some of the hot topics. But first, I want you to hear what Anil Nandlall said. You know, he was batting up. But some of them know exactly who to bat up to. I want you to hear some of that. I want you to hear some of what he said, right? Because remember, this is the bad man. This is the bad man. I want you to hear some of that. And then we're going to come right back and we're going to walk through some of the hot topics. And again, keep our eyes on what is happening there. Keep our eyes on what is happening there in Queens, New York.
I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn. I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn. I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn. I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn. I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn. I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn. I am coming to New York. I will go to Brooklyn.
Yep. So faced with the opportunity, we have not seen him. We have not seen him showed his face at that event. You know, the protesters, their Guyanese on the outside want to talk to him, but again, he has stayed very, 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 very far from engaging the members of the Guyanese diaspora there in New York. Again, we are going to get to that. Should anything new develop there, of course, we are going to get right to that. Should anything new develop. Again, we are going to keep our eyes on it. And should anything develop there on the ground, we are going to have it for you as it happens. Folks, let us walk through some of the issues that is making the rounds at this hour for you in international news. In international news, folks, and again, we invite you guys to share the live stream. Those of you who might have joined us a little late this evening, welcome in the ring. Whether you're joining us on Twitter, you're joining us on Facebook, you're joining us on YouTube. We invite you guys to share the live stream and we say welcome. Trust you guys have had a good day, but that's what's happening in Queens, New York at the hour. In some international news, well, Bolsonaro in Brazil, he isn't taking things lightly at all. He isn't taking things lightly at all, folks. Bolsonaro in Brazil, he got some elections coming up and he has made his point known. Bolsonaro has said that he will not be handing over the presidency if there is vote fraud. Very, very strongly, he has said that. He will not be handing over the presidency if there's any vote fraud. So y'all can talk what y'all want to talk. He ain't going on invalid votes. He ain't going that on votes that weren't verified. You understand? So Bolsonaro is very, very strong, and this is happening right next door. Guys, again, we invite you to share the live stream so that we can make contact with as many persons as possible. Again, Brazil's president, Bolsonaro, says, and this is according to Reuters, he will not hand over the presidency if there is vote fraud. And just like that protest happening there in Queens, New York, as we speak, we're going to keep our eyes on this and we're going to have any additional information for you guys. And with that, we are also looking to see, just today, we had some developments on the National Assembly front. Our colleague German Figuera was elected as a new chair of the Public Accounts Committee. And we should be talking with German a little later on in the program if all goes well. Again, chairman of that Public Accounts Committee there. They had a very brief meeting this afternoon to elect the chair. And we're going to keep our hands on the pulse of this as well. And as we said, the chairman Figuera of the Public Accounts Committee, the PAC, should be joining us in our program. And as soon as we have him, we are going to bring that to you as soon as we have him. And indeed, you know, so much happens in this country on a daily basis that tells us that Guyana is not a real place. It is not a real place. Now you got the installed deputy speaker of the National Assembly, right? And this was a man who had to give up his Canadian citizenship, to contest our elections. I can't remember the party that he hailed from, so much as he assimilated himself or been assimilated into the PPP. But the man is here dreaming of Canada, the deputy speaker, right? Deputy speaker. The man said in the post, let me see if I have that for you. He said that that Canada is the best country in the world. Now, even if you think that is so, and you hold those beliefs, oh, you're going to be vocal about that, holding the deputy speakership. He isn't even big up his country. He's earning about 750,000 Guyana dollars, probably the most he's ever earned in his life, any place, and he cannot even be grateful to that. Here he is looking to the where he has come from, looking back at looking back at Sodom and Gomorrah, talking about Canada being the best country in the world. Ungrateful Judas, right? Judas. That's why we call him Judas. He's a Judas. That is why we call him Judas, folks. And we invite you guys to share the live stream wherever you're joining us from. And this is one of the reasons why we say that don't concern yourself with who leading, concern yourself with what you are giving to the struggle, because the PPP witch hunting continues. And they are concerned whether it's Granger leading, if it's Harman leading, if it's Ramjatan leading, if it's David Patterson, if it's Valder Lawrence or whoever leading. They are doing what they got to do. And that is why, folks, that is why we have to continue to stand against these guys. Now, the witch hunting continued. Just today, we got information that at the Guyana Forestry Commission, there is witch hunting, right? For reasons, frivolous reasons, and no reasons at all. These guys are sending folks home. These guys are sending folks home. And you got to be cognizant of that. And that's why when we say it's time to hit the street, it's time to hit the street. Here they're telling an employee, our investigations found that your work performance was unsatisfactory. Failure to replace the prescribed one part, right, on a GPC vehicle. This is no warning, no warning or anything. Immediate termination and send the fellow home. Here's another employee. At least the previous fella had some warning. Here is another employee. Here it is. Dismissal letter reads: please be notified that your services as driver, right? He's a political figure. Apparently, he's a political activist. Driver assigned to the Forestry Monitoring Division of the Guyana Forestry Commission, effective June 30th, your services are no longer required. You all see story here? You all see story, folks? I'd love to hear from some of you. So they sent him home. Here are some of the people who are signing these letters. Here are some of these people who signed these letters. James Singh. I hope it's not the same James Singh that I know. I hope it's not the same James Singh that I know. He is now management consultant. Wow. So you got to copy the management consultant when people are being fired from a state enterprise. That is very, very interesting to me. Edward Gobodan. He is the head of finance. Edward Gobodan. And then this is a name we keep hearing a lot of. Tasrif Khan, Deputy Commissioner of Forestry. We are hearing that he has a very, very deliberate hand in the firing of the Forestry Commission staff. And then we see Raul Lewis, who's a Deputy Commission, another Deputy Commissioner of Forest. Again, these letters of termination copied to these executives in the Guyana Forestry Commission. Why would you copy such a letter to a management consultant? What it got to do with James Singh? A management consultant, as far as I know, wouldn't be a permanent part of the organization's leadership. So we're going to be, again, folks, when we say hit the streets, this is why we're hitting the streets, because this nonsense got to stop. And that is why our brothers and sisters are there protesting the installed Attorney General in the United States of America in Queens. And very shortly, you will see some similar actions like that. So when I come on and I say, folks, it's time for us to hit the streets, y'all don't be asking how or why or if or anything like that. Just tell us, your response should be, just tell us when. Just tell us when. Just tell us when. And we want to, again, get some of our brothers on. You guys have some comments about what has been happening. We want to hear from you. We want to hear from you, right? We want to hear from you, right? We want to hear from you. So you have the number there at 627-6963. Last evening, we didn't get a chance to take some call, even though it was Talk Back Thursday. And so we want to give some space in the program to talk with you guys this evening. I'm trying to make sure our guest is not waiting behind the scenes and I am chatting away. So I'd love to hear from some of you. Call on WhatsApp, 627-6963. I'd love to get some of your thoughts on these issues, guys. And as we are on some of these very, very sensitive matters, let me see. I think I have somebody who is joining us. Let me see. You are live in the ring. A very good evening.
Good night, Mr. Duncan. I was watching at the protest out in the States, and I compliment Mr. Rickford Burke. But the only thing, the wild bully or whatever he calls himself, he did not appear. He did not appear. You know, you know, you know, no, you know, when you behave, when you're bad, you just come out and face the music. And I hope that is only the starting, and Mr. Burke could continue to get his lawyers now to take up the rest, because he need to be made accountable for the things that he said about Mr. Burke. He needs to be accountable. And I hope, because Mr. Burke, he done talk to his lawyers, and I hope the Guyanese police could have looked at that protest and see the position the military took in that protest. You ain't see none of them shooting down, hosing down the people. They were just there, and they made certain the presence was there. All factions, it looked like, the military was at that protest. But it seems as though it cut off, because I ain't seen it now. All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
As soon as we get a chance to talk to our brother Rickford Burke, we are going to bring him on the program. Thanks for joining the broadcast, man. Much appreciated.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Great.
Bye.
So, folks, the phone lines are open. We want to hear from you. I was going to COVID, but if you guys are calling, I'm going to take your calls. I want to hear some of what you are saying this evening, guys. I want you to WhatsApp. Don't call me ordinarily. I'm pleading with you. WhatsApp call 627-6963, and I'm going to take those calls. It's a little difficult for me to pull in the ordinary calls, but if you call on WhatsApp, I'm going to try to pull in those calls into the live stream. Again, we're watching some of what is happening for instance, on the COVID front, and believe it or not, we see them saying that lots of our young people are being affected by COVID-19, guys. As we wait for more of you to join the live stream and to call, possibly, we wanted to share that information with you. This thing is not over. This thing is not over by a long shot, and we got to take every precaution. We got to take every precaution, and this is what we're hearing locally. I think one headline read that there's a disturbing trend as 4 children are currently hospitalized with severe symptoms of COVID-19. So, folks, we got to be watchful. We got to be watchful. We can't lose sight of that at all. We have got to be watchful. And again, we are going to try to get some of the guys there in the protest activity, because we want to know some more what is happening on the ground there, and especially as it concerns one of the protest activities that is going to be happening a little later on I think it is in August. And so I really want to hear from some of the guys. So stay with us. A very good evening. Welcome in the ring. What are your thoughts?
Good night, Sharon. Good night, Sharon.
Good night, Paul.
I'm watching.
All right, sir. What are your thoughts?
What are my thoughts?
Yeah.
I think it's time we stand up. Peacefully, it's time we stand up. This thing has reached the limit, the ultimate limit, And I support you. I watch your program. And I like how you highlight these aspects, because this is 2021, right? And now it's not time for this big breaking down. It's diplomatic. We got to do these things. So I support you. I support you. It's time. It's fed up. It's bullyism and just one force into the next. And let me tell you, anytime you folks say peaceful protest, they will run. They will run at this time here. Because you see, what I look at is that the international people are watching and they're coming on easy bit by bit. You understand? And I like the role that we're playing, I like what we're talking and this kind of thing, but I don't like how we're running down, the AFNU AFC. We need to stand, as the guy say, we need to come together as a force and show them that unity is strength in spite of what. You understand? We need that. Thanks, Sharon. You're doing a good job.
Thanks very much, Paul, and thanks for coming through, my brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Folks, call me on WhatsApp, 627-6963. I'd love to hear from you guys. Share the live stream. And Paul is right. We got to stop running down the AFNU AFC. Too many of you are losing focus. Our focus is getting these guys out of office. As I played that clip from Cambridge last night, it is to oppose and depose, right? Oppose and depose of these guys. Get them out of office. All right, whether it is Granger leading the coalition, whether it's Harman leading, whoever is leading the coalition, stop bothering yourself. You don't like Valdo. You unlike Van West Charles. You unlike this body. You unlike Aubrey Norton. Stop with that. Those things are gonna work themselves out. You unlike Ramjatan. You want David. You want somebody. Those things are gonna work themselves out. Let's hold a focus. And our main objective. Our one objective is to get them out of office, because this country has gone right back. And anybody who says anything different, living under a rock, anybody who is saying anything different, folks, I want to hear from you at 627-6963. I want to get your thoughts out there. Again, I want to say it. Yeah, let me take one of these calls. A very good evening, sir.
Hello?
Welcome in the ring. What's your name, man?
Hello? Hello?
A very good evening. What's on your mind? Go right ahead. Welcome in the ring.
What's on my mind right now? We protested in Brooklyn, Sharon. We protesting. We have to stop supporting these people. Right now, we standing outside protesting on the Nandlall, and we pissed. The Guyanese people got to come out and do the same. That's on our mind here. You can hear in the background, we protesting Nandlall. We have to stop.
I can hear that. Has he shown his face?
Huh?
Has he showed his face? Has he had the guts and the balls?
Well, he came with private security, and they pushed him in an elevator that we couldn't see him. But he's upstairs. We waited until he come down. He's hiding.
Great.
He didn't even show his face.
Great. What is your encouragement to folks here at home?
They gotta come out on the street, because if we could do it here, they have to do it there. We're doing it for them. We don't have to do this, but we're doing it for them. You understand? Stop looking at the opposition leaders to come out and do certain things. You have to let the international people see what's going on. They have to come out. Secondly, they have to support their own. Because people who hello? The nicest disturbing me a little bit.
Go right ahead, my brother. Go right ahead.
Yes. They even asked the NYPD to take away the bullhorn that we're using. And the police tell them, no, we can't do that. They think that this is Guyana. We're in the parking lot right where the meeting is keeping. They can't even keep the meeting properly. It's not Guyana where the police could do with certain things. All the police is doing is stand up looking at me. And this is where you see the most racism come out when we started to talk. You understand?
And we really want to thank you guys for that show of force there. Right? You know, opposing the installed Anil Nandlall.
Yeah, they're hiding him. You should see how he came. Yes, they push him in an elevator that he can't show his face. Private security with bulletproof vests.
Why are you frightened? Why are you frightened there,
I
man?
don't know if he talk like a big boy. Think this is Guyana? Think this is Guyana? Talk like a big boy. I'm coming to New York, and he hiding. He hiding.
Hi,
Guyanese
brother.
people
Thank
have
you
to
for
do
coming
it.
through. Are you close to
Okay.
Rick Ford? I want to hear from Rick Ford. Are
Yes.
you
You
close
want
to
to hear from
him?
Rickford? Hold on. Let me put on
Yes.
Rickford. Sorry, you on live. Hello.
Rick Ford,
Hi, Sharon.
you're live in the ring. Tell us what's happening
Good.
there.
Hello. Thanks for
Rick
coming,
Ford,
Ricky.
you're live in the ring. Tell us what's happening on the ground there.
Well, hold on. I'm live with Guyana. Hold on. Hi, Sharon. Charlotte, sorry.
Tell us what's happening on the ground. We are watching some of it. Tell us what's happening on the ground where you are.
So we have protesters here, a substantial amount. When we got here, the PPP operatives here, they stalled Nandlall for like 2 hours. He was scared to come. Then he showed up with about 10 or less armed security with flat vests, with bulletproof vests, and but they call out NYPD. Well, we work with NYPD all the time, so we know the police is there to protect us. It's not Guyana, where they tell the police to shoot down black people when they protest. But they came to the police and asked the police to take away our bullhorns. Well, we know the police can't do that because it's a democratic country. And any police take away anybody bullhorn is the last day they were serving in NYPD. So they're asking we're in the parking lot of the building they're in, and they're asking the police to move us. Of course, the police can't do that because this is a free country. So the police put up barricades to separate us from the building, and we're fine with that. We're here to cooperate with the police. But as you hear, it's a very loud protest, and Anil Nandlall is getting a taste of what will happen to every single PPP member of the government that comes to New York, and it's going to get rough. We only knew about this thing, in a short while. We didn't get to plan for it. But on the 15th of August, Sharad, we
Tell
plan
us
to bring
about
out
that. Tell us.
thousands upon thousands of Guyanese. And after that, we're going to march through Queens. And we're going to shut down all the businesses of the racists that support this government. And and if they want a confrontation with us, we're going to come to Queens and have a confrontation with them. Because some of them here are uttering racial and hate speech, which is against the law in New York. They feel so comfortable, they're shouting hate speech. But the police is here, lots of police. Black people were going to protest, so they call out NYPD. And some of them are shouting that we're Hungry Belly and they're criminals. Well, I had to ask them if they think this is Guyana. Because if that's what they want, we would tear up this building they're in. But they stopped. So that's just a synopsis of what's happening.
Richford, very recently, we had some very strong comments coming out of Congressman Albio Series and Congressman Hank Johnson, and even the U.S. Undersecretary of State Victoria Nuland. Are you satisfied with them pushing back against the government not distributing our wealth equally, the kind of them not engaging in the opposition? Are you satisfied with the comments made by those high U.S. officials against the PPPC regime?
Well, I'm satisfied. I'm not satisfied with the comments so far. More Congress people should be speaking out. I'm in touch with the members of the Congressional Black Caucus. I've briefed Congresswoman Eva Clark, all the Congress members in Brooklyn. I've had several briefings with them. We can expect a statement sometime. I'm not sure when, but they are monitoring the situation in Guyana. I'm in touch. I'm doing an interview. I'm in touch with members of the Biden administration, both in the White House and the State Department. And we're briefing them constantly. As you know, I just wrote to Secretary of State, highlighting the issues of racism in Guyana. And as a result of that, Anil Nandlall attacked me and said I was this and that. Well, my attorney, Nigel Hughes, is going to deal with that. But we will make sure that we work with the international community to uproot the PPP government in Guyana. It's an installed government. It's an installed government. It's a racist government. And the international community will not stand for it. And even if they want to, we will push them not to stand for it. We will turn up the heat on the PPP from August 15th. We're going to have fireworks in this country, and we're going to have fireworks in Guyana. And let me say this, Sharon. I noticed the government is reforming their death squad. They went to Parliament and got $280 million to reform their death squad. Well, we are going to fund a militia, the citizens' militia. And we've already begun to talk to members of the United States government about working with us to make sure we form some form of security organization to protect the rights of black people in Guyana. Because, Sherrod, if they think that they're going to kill out black people like they did before and nothing will happen, it will be an eye for an eye. We're going to protect the lives of black people in Guyana. I want them to quote me tonight that if you bring violence to us, we will respond. If you want to be peaceful and you have unity, we're going to have that. But they already killed Isaiah Henry and Joel Henry. Now they're going after the family. We're going to have some problems in that country. And this set of racists that they have in Queens here, we're going to deal with them. We will run them out of New York. We will run them out of New York. Because it's against the law to exercise hate speech. And today, some of them have been exercising hate speech. We almost had an arrest. But that's what I want to say so far.
Rickford, just before you go, we played earlier on, as I said, that tape with Anil Nandlall, the installed Attorney General, talking about how he's coming to the US and you could do what you want to do, and he's coming to Queens and to Brooklyn. Are you surprised that he is locked away in that restaurant or whatever it is, hiding
he's hiding. He's a coward. He's a coward. He claimed that he's coming to see me in Brooklyn. Well, I didn't even wait. I came to Queens, New York to see him. I came in the belly of the racist beast. And he's hiding. We have about 50 police officers out here. Plus they hired an armored security with armored vests. And he came in dark cars and they slipped him upstairs through an elevator. He can't confront us. And that will happen to every PPP minister when they come to this country. And it's going to get worse. Whatever events they're going to have, we're going to bring up people and shut it down. They will not have peace in America when they come to this country. I want to telegraph that to them now. The action starts from Sherrod, from August 15th. The road to ending PPP racism in Guyana starts on August 15th.
And Rickford, again, just before we go, for those persons who might now be joining, give us a recap of exactly what that protest entails, August 15th, that massive protest that you guys are planning there.
Well, the protest is against Anil Nandlall. We're calling for justice for the murder of Courtney Cumming. We're calling for justice for the murder of those 1,400 young black men. The police investigated Anil Nandlall for the murder in connection with the murder of Courtney Cumming. At the time of his installation as as Attorney General Sherrod, we know that he was facing criminal charges before the court. But he was installed. The only country in the world where an alleged criminal facing criminal charges was installed as Attorney General. And then the corrupt DPP, in a conspiracy, dropped the charges. So no court has ever exonerated Anil Nandlall. The DPP dropped the charges. So that is what we're protesting. We want justice. And I am seeing some PPP supporters here skinning their teeth and laughing because we're protesting for justice for people who were killed, which is really, really troubling and
Very sad,
inhumane.
very sad.
But Sharad, let me end by saying this.
Go ahead.
Nandlall jump on TV and say, you want Rick Fordberg he coming to meet me. Well, I came to Queens and he hiding, I can't see yet. Today, we prove that Nandlall ain't got no balls. He hiding. He come with 10 bodyguards. The government money, they hired armored security to protect him. They think everybody's like them. But Sharad, we're going to turn the heat up on this government. We will not allow them to practice racism. We will not allow them to use the resources of Guyana only for the benefit of the Indian people. Guyana has 6 races. And let me tell you this, let me say this. If one single citizen of Guyana cannot benefit, nobody must benefit. Nobody must benefit. We want unity and we want peace. But we will not allow them to use the resources of the country only for their own ethnic collective. I see some of their supporters taping me. I'm so happy to be on camera.
For thanks for your efforts there, and you're absolutely right that we gotta continue to resist them on all fronts. Thank you, Rickford.
Thank you. Great. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Folks, we got a couple minutes left, and I want to hear from some of you. 627-6963. I'd love to hear from some of you. As we said, that Guyanese are out there in Queens, New York, opposing, protesting against the presence of the installed Attorney General Anil Nandlall. 627-6963. And let me get some of your thoughts. Share the live stream as you are on, guys. And as we were saying, that 3 U.S. officials, chairman of the U.S. Congressional Subcommittee on the Western Hemisphere, Albio Series, and Congressman Hank Johnson, who is also a member of the Caribbean Caucus, and as well the U.S. Secretary of State, Victoria Nuland, talking there about government issues that they have some concerns with, while cheering Hank Johnson, going to the point of saying that our patrimony is for our future generations, our wealth is for all Guyanese, not just some, and that we must share the flood relief and the other resources equitably, folks. This is what the U.S. is looking into. And again, we want to thank all of the hard working persons there who have been helping us on the ground there, like Rickford and all of his other colleagues, all our colleagues there, working hard. We must resist them at every turn when they show up. Kwame and Vindhya and Priya and all the Jagabats, all of them, we must resist them, all the Jagabats. Jagdio when he turns up, and all of the cohorts and the minions, we must resist them. Folks, I really want to hear from some of you before we go. 627-6963. Let us know what are your thoughts on what is happening and perhaps even how we could move forward. Folks, I ain't want to hear about Granger and Harmon and who should go and who should come and who should stay involved, and Lawrence and all of that. I want to hear your thoughts on how do you think we should be moving forward. I think we got to continue to up the ante and resist them. They had no trouble in disrupting governance under our tenure, and we must be 10 times as worse than they are. Resist them at every time. We got to fight them, folks. I want to hear from you. 627-6963. And so we are watching. The U.S. is watching, and we are watching what is happening. We are watching what is happening. As a matter of fact, it was, again, Frank Aaron. Let me quote some of what he said to those of you who are not familiar with what has been happening. But he has said quite recently, it is important that every Guyanese is provided with assistance. It is important every person affected by this disaster is able to receive the support they need to rebuild their lives in the shortest possible time. So lots of concerns here. Folks, I'm begging you, don't call me ordinarily. Call me on WhatsApp. 627-6963, and I will be certain to answer. I don't care if you're PPP, call me. I want to hear your thoughts as well. Whichever political party you are affiliated with, or no political party, whichever religion you belong to, or no religion, I want to hear from you. I wanna hear your thoughts about what is happening. We got about another 2 minutes left in our program, guys. We're going to continue to follow the developments on the diplomatic front, where you have these very senior members of the Biden administration and also very senior Republicans on both sides speaking out about what is transpiring in Guyana and resisting the U.S., resisting what the PPP is doing and saying in Guyana. Very good evening. Welcome in the ring.
Mr. Duncan, pleasant evening to you.
Right
Do
here.
you know that, are you aware that we black people are our own enemies? You look out and see what's happening. I've been listening carefully just now to Mr. Burke. And if he is calling out for Guyanese to come out, there are those who are still going to stand on the sideline and not come out and protest. Unless there is unity, there will continue to be division in this country. We are our own enemies. I close on that point. Good night.
And thank you very, very much. Short and sweet there, folks. We still have a couple of minutes. My apology if we had a little feedback on that one. We still have a couple of minutes left. I want to hear from you. Another 2 minutes left in the program. I want to hear from at least one other person. Your thoughts on what is happening and perhaps how we can move forward. I love what my sister said there. We gotta come out, folks. You don't matter who leading and who calling you out. You understand me? Once it's somebody who's recognized in the coalition, you understand me? Once you hear we speaking with that one voice about come out, the MPs and activities happening, you come out and let us resist this government. Is nonsense, folks. It is nonsense, and it's time more of us stop just talking on social media, and when it comes time to hit the ground, and you're going to hear very, very shortly about some activities that are planned, folks. And we are almost out of time, folks. As we go, we encourage you guys to share the live stream, wherever you are. Those of you who are going to come back and view the program later, let's take this final call. A very good evening. Welcome in the ring.
Hi, good evening, Sharon.
A very good evening.
My little take on this thing, I am saying, and I keep saying it all the time, it's we the people that has this government behaving the way they are behaving. Because we are quiet, we're not doing anything, so they tell themselves that they could do as they please to us. But once you get 500 to 1,000 people on the street, every day you can see the changes. This government, this installed regime, they do not understand talk and talk. You have to act, and that's the only thing that they listen to. So you have to go out on the street, we have to go out on the street, and that's what they would listen. Then they would listen. You can talk from now till, I don't know, you're blue in the face. They would not listen. But let people start going out on the street, then you can see the changes. That's just what I want to say tonight.
Thanks for coming through, my sister. Thanks very, very much. And folks, we are going to leave it there. She has said it well. We gotta come out. We gotta come out, folks. We gotta come out. Regardless of the cost, we gotta count the cost, and we gotta come out. We want to thank each and every one of you, guys. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on YouTube as well. We want to thank you for joining the program this evening. Those of you who are going to come back and view the program a little later on, we want to thank you for sharing the live stream. Final caller. A very good evening. Welcome. Guys, you can follow us on turn down your volume. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on YouTube as well. We are going to end there, folks. Have a great weekend. We are going to be broadcasting the Whip tomorrow, our other program, and we're going to have that's around lunch tomorrow, and then in the evening we're going to be with Alliance on the Move. We're going to see you guys. Have a great weekend. We're going to see you back in the ring on Monday, unless circumstances on the ground here require us to come back on air. But thanks, and have a safe weekend, guys. Stay safe.